Okay, so what I've done is I've sort of got the guys out of the packs, and well, not out of the packs, but I've got them all broken down into the individual sort of packets there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly just show you very quickly what you actually get in the packs, what they look like and things like that, and then what I'll do is, again, I'll cut the video and I will show you a unit that is fully ready to start getting worked on and painted and bits and pieces like that, just to give you an idea of how I'm going to be looking at basing the units, and hopefully how they're going to look on the battle table. And then you're just going to have to imagine the colours. But like I say, I am going to try to do some videos sort of like work in progress and bits and pieces like that. So, you know, if you are interested in things like the Napoleonics and stuff like that, feel free to subscribe, because I will be trying to put out quite a few videos in regards to the Napoleonic stuff. Maybe a couple of other little bits and pieces in the long run, but to start off with, it's mainly going to be sort of like Flames of War, Napoleonics and things like that. So if you're into those, feel free to subscribe. So what we'll do is we'll start off. Now, all the packets, you get the little zip packet things here, all of them have got a number on the top, just a single number, and what that does is that relates into the, just get a little piece of paper back, that relates to the number here, so number 1, and that refers to this one. Now the product code is actually PNB1. I don't know what the P stands for, but I'm guessing it's Napoleonic British 1, number 1. So this is the first packet here, and that's basically all the numbers mean. So all the numbers you see in the top corner, it just relates to these numbers of the product code down here. That's basically all it is. So number 1, we've got these guys. So these are the line infantry, and as you can see, these are really, I think these are really nicely cast. I mean, really well done. Very little flash, very little, I can't see any vents on those, to be perfectly honest. Maybe I'll see 1 or 2 when I get them out of the packet a bit later on. These guys are sort of walking, try and isolate one. So there's him, he's sort of walking, or he's standing, almost as though he's ready to aim his musket and fire. So he looks, I really cannot wait to start painting these guys up. I really can't. I think these look absolutely fantastic. Now with these, with your standard infantry packs, you get eight guys in a pack as standard. So there's 8 guys in there, and you get 2 of those packs. So in this set, number 1, you get 2 of these. So altogether you get 16 guys there. This is number 2. Again, slightly different pose from the first one, very slight. It's just really to sort of give, I think, a little bit of a variation. So there we go. A bit drunk, there he is. So once again, very little flash, no vents that I can see. Absolutely brilliantly cast. And again, 8 guys in there. You get 1 pack of these in this set. There's 1 of those. So that's 3 packs altogether so far. Number 3 is there. There we go. Now this is one of the command sets. Now in this, you get 2 standard bearers, which are the guys with the long poles for the flags to sit on. You get 2 commanders, or captains, or whatever you want to call them. These are these guys here. Oops, so daisy. Can't be that. There we go. You get 2 of these guys with the swords and bits and pieces like that, and then you also get 2 focus. There we go. 2 drummers. Once again, brilliantly cast. There's a tiny little vent you could possibly just make it out there on the drum. Poles, little bit of straightening. there's a possibility that what I might try and do is try and get a drill bit small enough to drill out the actual pole and get more of sort of like a sturdy brass rod to go in there, just to give it a bit of, so it doesn't bend as much. I don't know. I want to see how tricky that is before I start obviously doing it. If it's going to be too much of a pain, then I'm just going to leave it as it is. If I can do it, like I say, it's just going to give it, you know, less chance to be bent and broken and things like that in the long run. Now that's a command pack, that's number 3. Okay, you get one of those. Because it's a command pack, you only get 6 guys in there, 2 of each. You get 2 standards, 2 captains or commanders, and 2 drummers. So that's those guys. Number 4. Now these guys are very slightly different. Okay, once again, similar sort of pose. But these guys, I'm not sure if it's going to pick up. They've got a long, not a kilt. What it is called a greatcoat, and it's just almost an early version, I believe, of like a trench coat. Really, it's just like a long jacket. So basically, what I'm going to be doing is these guys are going to form a second unit. So I'm going to have 2 units, one with greatcoats, one without greatcoats, just as a sort of variant. But again, brilliantly cast. Again, very little to no flash marks, very little to no venting. It's absolutely superb. I mean, the detail on them is brilliant. I really can't wait to get these guys painted up. So that's number 4. So you actually get 3 of those. There's 3 packs of number 4, so it's 3 guys like that. Number 5 is another command set. And again, these guys are the ones for greatcoats. So again, exactly the same as the last one. 2 standards, 2 captain people, and 2 drummers. And with these ones, I'm trying to get, there's one of the captains, because this guy, sword in the air, trying to inspire his men on. And again, it just adds a little bit of more of that sort of dynamic sort of Napoleon-esque heroism, or I don't know, it just looks great. I think absolutely brilliant. Once again, little tiny bit of flashing on the top of the sword, little bits on the base which are easily going to come off, tiny little bits on some of the standards, but other than that, very little clean up. Absolutely superb, absolutely brilliant. So you get 1 of those in total. And for that, that's it for the line infantry. So, like I said, you get 8 packs altogether in regards to that. I've just shown you 5 because some are duplicates, so you're just going to be seeing the same thing over and over again. But there you go. So that's your line infantry. The next ones to come out are these guys. Once again, these guys have got a sort of 45-degree hold on their musket. These guys have got kilts. These are the Highlanders. So if you've watched any films in regards to the Napoleonic Wars, such as the film Waterloo, or you've watched any of the Sharp series, you might have an idea of who these guys are. Again, they've got a load of different regiments and things like that, so colour schemes and things you can sort of go a little bit for. To be honest though, the majority of the colours is actually going to be a variant of colours on the actual kilt rather than anything else. Some of the facings are going to be slightly different colours, but the majority of the work is going to be on the kilts. But that's packet number 6. And you get those. Once again, 8 guys, and you get 2 of these packs in this box. There's 2 of those. And we are looking for number 8. Just saw it a minute ago. Where'd I put it? this hiding from me. Number 8. So again, exactly the same, well not exactly the same, but similar sort of styling, you know, kilts, rifles, bits and pieces like that. And for number 8 you get 1 packet of that, so that's number 8. Number 10 is the command for them. This is slightly different. You get your standard, you get your captain sort of guys, you get a drummer, but with these guys you get a guy, I'll try and get in there, you get a guy with bagpipes, proper Highland style. That looks fantastic, absolutely brilliant. Once again, cannot wait to start painting these guys up. I'm going to have fun doing the Highlanders, I think. Great fun. That's the command, so you get 1 packet of those. You also get 1 packet of these. Now these are riflemen. Now most of the people during the Napoleonic Wars were musket armed. These are rifle armed. A little bit longer ranges, harder to reload than a musket. The rule to sort of emphasise that is that muskets can sort of half move and fire. These guys, if they move, they cannot fire. Now these guys, if anybody's watched the TV series starring Sean Bean, called Sharp. Sharp was a member of one of the rifle companies, 95th Rifles. Green uniforms, black facings. So that's that. You get 1 packet of these, so there's 8 riflemen. A bit of a shame, it would be nice to have had a lot more, so I could have done an entire 95th Rifles regiment, but I actually have a plan on how to do rifle companies, and I'll explain that a little bit later on. But that's the riflemen. That's pack number 11, you get 1 of those. Now you get on to the bigger stuff. Now you're going to get less in these packets, but if these are used right in a game, these should hit really hard. The cavalry. Now with this you get enough to make 4 cavalrymen. Okay, you get 4 horses and you get 4 separate riders. Now this is pack number 19. This is a light dragoon pack. You get 2 of these. Not much to say really. Guys on horses with swords. Brilliant. Can't beat them. Well, you can. Lots of shooting probably, but never mind. Number 20, again, some more dragoons, or light dragoons. These guys actually look as though, yes they are. Oh, he's already attached to the horse. That's cheating, isn't it? Look at that. They've taken my fun away of gluing into a horse. How dare they? Bugler. Get me focus, that might help. There you go. Bugler. A man with a sword in the air. That's very bent actually. I'll have to try and look at really bent sword there. I'll try and sort something out there. And there's another bloke there, I'm not sure what he's doing. He's holding, he looks to be holding thin air. So I think he's meant to be a standard. Problem was, historically, not many horse regiments actually took standards into battle with them. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I might have a look. I might make him, say, the first regiment of the light dragoons for this one, so he can have a flag. I don't know. I'm going to have to think about that one. But like I say, if you're going to make it historic, not every single horse regiment went into battle with flags. So if you are going to be historic, be careful. If you're just going to do it for wargaming and you want Napoleonics, because great colours, lots of vivid colours, reds and blues and greens and things like that on a battlefield, loads of flags, doesn't really matter. If you're trying to be a little bit historic, you need to read up and be careful about who took flags into battle. we'll have a think about that one. I'm not sure about that one yet, but we'll have a think. With that one, you get one packet of that. So that's the command for the light dragoons. The heavy dragoons are knocking around somewhere. There they are. Heavy dragoons. Now, again, the majority of this is slightly different uniforms and what they're carried in. The biggest difference is actually the sword. With the light cavalry, which are the light dragoons, which are lighter cavalry, you'd have quite a narrow, curved sword. And the idea was that as you were riding through enemy ranks, it was something to sort of slash, and you would cut your enemies. With the heavy cavalry, you'd use the weight of the horse, you'd use the weight of your equipment and everything like that to try and smash into an enemy line, and you'd have a really, really big, heavy sword, a long, straight sword, and it was actually normally designed to be heavy at the point of the sword rather than the back of the sword. And the idea was, as you rode through, you'd stab into people rather than slashing. So your heavy stuff was really used to try and break enemy ranks, and your light stuff was used really when they were running away, and you just cut them down as they were running off. So there will be some differences between these guys and the light dragoons, mainly around, like I say, uniforms. I don't think the size of the horses are all that different. I think the main difference is the light dragoons' horses look to be running, but these ones look to be sort of like, yeah, they're walking or fairly stationary, but whatever, they're going to hurt when they charge in. That's all that matters. So that's pack number 21, and you get a grand total of one of them. No, you don't. You get two of those. I misread that. Completely misread that. You get two of these guys. You get a load of those. Once again, exactly the same. 4 horses, 4 cavalrymen. And last but not least is pack number 22. And once again, these guys are, I'm going to hazard a guess that these are actually going to be the command section for them. Let's have a look at what we've got. We've got Luke looking a little bit poncy there. So he's probably the leader, and a couple of other guys. Another guy with his arm out, which I'm assuming is going to be his flag. Guy holding a bugle. There. One of those. We've got a cannon, £9 cannon, nice and simple, 2 wheels, a gun, the actual barrel, and then the actual bit that it all sits together. You get 2 of those, and last but not least, if I can find them, 17, is the crew. The artillery crew, the foot crew. So that's basically it for the actual models that you get. Once again, these are absolutely brilliant. There's very little flash on them, very little mould lines or anything that I can see. I'm going to get them out, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and base up a couple of different little bits and pieces just so you can get an idea of what they look like on bases, how they're going to be. So once again, I'll stop this video and we're back in a bit. Cheers.